Sabrina Carpenter. Blonde, buzzy, and brazen, but that leash and lipstick look? It might be setting feminism back more than moving it forward. They say she's America's sweetheart, but if this is what sweet looks like, over-sexualized, infantilized, and profit packaged, I'll take my dessert bitter, thanks. Mic on, leather jacket zipped. All right, let's get one thing clear. I'm not here to hate on Sabrina Carpenter's music. Some of it slaps. But when the art starts looking like bait, we've got a problem. I respect artistry. I love strong women. But when your empowerment looks like a mall display for teenage hypersexuality, you gotta call it what it is. Sabrina's not my villain, but her brand? That brand's a problem. This isn't just about Sabrina. It's about what she represents, a new wave of manufactured feminism that's more brand deal than belief system. And when you've got millions of young fans watching, that image matters. So today, we're breaking it all down. The red flags, the rumors, the album art that made the internet collectively go, wait, what? This is Cancel Me Later. Let's ride. Let's talk Man's Best Friend. No, not a song. Her new album. The cover shows Sabrina on all fours, leash in mouth, being tugged by a faceless man in a suit. Blonde hair draped over her shoulders, bottle of milk suggestive of subservience. It's giving runway poodle. It's giving 1950s housewife fantasy. But from the male gaze. It's also giving what the hell were her PR people thinking? The pose? Submissive, infantilized, branded as sexy. But in reality, it's textbook objectification, something her younger fans can't unsee. Even her grown fans flinched, like their brains hit the clear browsing history button. Feminism isn't cosplay, and sexual empowerment doesn't require a leash. Critics across El País, The Guardian, even Reddit, have slammed it for catering to the male gaze while pretending to be provocative art. For the first time in what feels like forever, this hypersexual kink-bait brand of feminism is actually catching heat. Finally. Sabrina responded to backlash with a second cover, the so-called God-approved version. Yeah, she went from leash to lace veil real quick. Talk about a marketing plot twist. And this new aesthetic, it's a sparkly slap in the face. We've got another Marilyn Monroe mimic cashing in on a dead icon's image. But hey, it's just homage, right? Yeah, no. Disney Kid origin story. Clean image. Vocal chops. She built trust until she racked up streams by dropping those boundaries. Teen fans, they grew up with her. They think they know her. Until she opts into sexualized branding. She's not a public figure experimenting. She's a brand manager shifting demographics. From teen girl next door to hypersexual blonde aesthetic. It's hard to tell if she's exploring identity or just chasing fandom cash by giving them what they allegedly want. Her fans don't just watch, they live her. Every pose, lyric, pout, they internalize. They worship her, but they also destructively emulate. A 16-year-old copying her bedroom shots. That's not rebellion. That's self-objectification. Marketed as empowerment. Consent. It vanishes when kids and marketing meet. She's leaning into softcore on stage. But whose idea was it? The artists or the execs? And if she pushes back, she's called attention-seeking. Doesn't push? not bold enough. You can't win. And that's the point. Her image is profitable because it's curated to prey on that tension. Want feminism? Not like this. Power isn't heels and leash. Power is autonomy. When her image mimics the male gaze in hot pink with a Disney star smile, we aren't moving forward. We're selling hyper-femininity, strict, packaged, profitable, under a lipstick lie called empowerment. Look, I ride. I breathe air. I see artistry. But this is marketing dressed as rebellion. She's not pushing boundaries. She's managing them. And the boundaries she pushes shape the next generation's self-worth. That's a responsibility, not a filter. And the damage? It's right there in the front row. Teenage girls mimicking risky poses from her Juno performance like it's choreography class. Singing lyrics that sound more like bedroom instructions than empowerment, equating self-worth with body count aesthetics. We've got boys thinking dominance is desire. That's not just problematic, it's cultural decay wrapped in glitter. When someone with this much influence chooses brand over boundary, image over intention, and aesthetics over integrity, it sets the bar real low for what young people should aspire to. And it's all fun and games until you find out a quarter of her fans are minors. Now we have counselors asking why body image and anxiety tripled among young fans of over-sexualized pop stars. And behind the scenes, her team is data mining every click, every share, every teenage like. Now let's sip some allegedly sourced tea. Rumors have circulated that Sabrina's team has been targeting controversy on purpose, leaking the risque album art first to generate clicks and outrage, then releasing the angelic version for balance. Some insiders claim her stylists were told to push boundaries without crossing the line, and that every outfit goes through market testing, not for style, but for click-through rates. There's even chatter that she was advised to lean into submissive branding because it plays well internationally. Let that sink in. If the leash made headlines more than the lyrics, that's not art. That's advertising. Sabrina Carpenter isn't evil. She's not the devil in a crop top. But she's a case study in how the industry manipulates empowerment into exploitation, and how easily we buy it when it's served with a beat and a blonde filter. This isn't about canceling her. It's about questioning the system she's thriving in. Because if we don't, we're going to raise a generation of girls who think being walked like a dog is just another career goal, and boys who think objectification is affection. We deserve more than a leash and a smirk. We deserve authenticity. We deserve voices that lift, not just flash. So yeah, expose the mechanism, not just the meme. Because if art becomes just a merch click, we've lost the soul of it. And Sabrina Carpenter, she's the spark, but it's the fire we need to rethink. Subscribe for sass with substance.